sing, that'd be great. This is a song all about how we are the heart, and we are the hands, and we are the voice of Spirit in this world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. All right, you got it? You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Now take this inside and we're going to sing I. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of Spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Would you take this chance to find a neighbor, and you're going to sing You Are to a neighbor? Here we go. You are the heart, you are the hand, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. Let's do that again, everybody. You are the heart, you are the hand, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Give yourself a hand.
Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to what we know to be true, our safe haven, our community, our space of love, and our incubator, which we call Unity of Gainesville. Do we have any first-time visitors? All right, so we all family here. We all family. Can I invite you all to stand, please? I know, right? A little workout today. So what we're going to do is we're going to a call and response, go through our vision. All right? So if you're able, you could actually look right here on the wall, and I'll say it, and then you can repeat after me. The vision of Unity of Gainesville is centered in divine love and wisdom.
Centered in divine love and wisdom.
We joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality.
A world united in positive spirituality.
And together, let's go through the mission, call and response. Through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service.
Through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service.
We put God's love into action.
We put God's love into action.
And if you're able to see, we'll go through these core values together. Our core values of Unity of Gainesville is spirit-led, love, generosity, gratitude, inclusivity. We light our unity candle as a reminder of oneness, and we are connected. So the gas is super hot today, y'all, which means we are hot. That's right, high vibration. We hit the gong one time, first reminding ourselves that we are, and all that is beingness itself. We call oneness divine love, principle, law. We hit the gong a second time to remind us that we are the divine emanations. We are the divine activity of that oneness. And we hit the gong the third time to know that our job is to live in joy, expressing that goodness, that life, that activity, and all that we do. And that as we leave this space, this is our reminder that love is all there is. I love y'all's patience. As you can tell, this is a new way we're doing service. And so I am, y'all already know, Reverend Ryan Hope Travis. Yes. And I say that proclamation because today is the first day. The ink is officially dry, and so I am your part-time minister, okay? Yes. So the ink is dry. And so what's going to be different about how we've experienced services, and I was telling Celeste and I was telling Rupali that Sally and I, we come to Sunday service all the time. If we're in town, we are here. And so why not have the minister participate as an anchoring body, whether or not the talk is happening through me or if it's happening through a guest speaker. Just know that I am here every single Sunday, and if I'm not here, it's because we're doing some art making. With that being said, I want you to be open to how we experience our flow of service, right? We've done a thing a certain way for a while. And so what's being asked of us in our journey toward expansion is change, right? You are looking at change. And so we are experiencing change, and you may not have noticed it, but our space looks a little bit different as well, right? So we spent time taking down the curtains, refreshing some stuff, and so periodically you're gonna see what appears to be subtle shifts, but energetically it's gonna feel seismic. And so just know that I welcome all of us in this process of expansion. And if you experience something that's like, oh man, I really loved how we did that, let us know. Is Gio here? Is Gio here? Okay, cool. All right. So last week I gave a charge for us to consider what our divine offering is. And so I had a couple people come up to me. I had a harpist come up to me. I had a pianist reach out to me. So we have skill sets in this room right now. And so last week my offering was for us to deliberate on what our divine offering is to this community. And so hopefully you have an answer. Gio, thank you so much. Everybody, this is Gio, as if you didn't already know. Gio is the anchoring force here. Please reach out to Gio and just, hey Gio, I'm kind of into basket weaving, whatever the thing is, and let's figure out how we can create conversations around offerings to not just us in this community, but also Gainesville holistically. So reach out to Gio as the ideas are percolating, and we'll figure out who your point person needs to be. Is that okay? All right, thank you, Gio. A couple of highlights I want to offer is first and foremost, we have our World Day of Prayer. Carla, can I give you the mic and talk a little bit about that?
You don't need to give me the mic because I have one. Yeah, turn me on. There we go. Didn't say it right. So, World Day of Prayer is the evening of the 11th for a short while, and then all day on the 12th. And of this month, this is September 1st. Happy birthday for everybody in September. I'll say a little bit more about that in a while. World Day of Prayer is something that Unity does every year, and we just get together. I would really love it if you guys would take a day off work. Call in well. I'm well. I'm so feeling so good today. I'm not coming to work. So, I'm kidding, but you know, I don't want you to lie. But come and spend as much time as you want. But we're going to be open from like 10 to 5, and we are going to have activities going on. We are going to have healing taking place. We are doing little groups and discussions, and what else? You know, lots of stuff. The captains, the chaplains have worked on this and coordinated this whole thing, and so I'm really pleased with what's coming out for them. So that's it. Do you want me to say any more? I don't want to keep going.
Perfect.
Okay.
That was perfect. Thank you, Carla.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
A couple of our highlights is, so I know I want to tap some people, but it's so much more efficient if you just say, okay, you're talking about me. In a couple of weeks, September 18th, can we say September 18th? September 18th, Carla is beginning a course that is about learning how to pray affirmatively. So I've been told, and I think it's quite accurate, that one of the things that makes Unity special to the New Thought Ageless Wisdom movement is affirmative prayer. That's what makes this space different. So yes, it's a space for all faith walks, but the thing that makes it particularly special is learning how to do affirmative prayer. And having confidence in that is, I think, pretty important. And so as I move through my ministerial journey, after having been ordained, praying out loud was still something that I was a little bit insecure about until I just had the belly flop. And so without having a belly flop, there is a class that's being offered starting September 18th that Carla is going to be teaching. Is the Discover the Divinity. And so it's going to be open for people across the country and internationally. We may have people coming, zooming in from California or Arizona, who knows. But I strongly encourage all of us who are interested in learning how to do affirmative prayer to sign up for that class. The reason why I want to call attention to that is we are expanding our prayer chaplains, right? So the role of prayer chaplains is going to be more robust and be integral to our experience here in service. And so what that means is if you feel a little nudge, if you already have a strong prayer practice or meditation practice, please reach out to Gia or me and say, hey, I think I want to say yes to this. And all that means is together, as a community of prayer chaplains, we're going to reimagine what that service looks like. I see prayer chaplains as doing visits to the sick, as visiting the sick and shut-in. I see the work of prayer as activity, right? And so if you feel called to serve in that way, the prayer chaplains is a wonderful space to be. And again, that class begins September 18th, and reach out to Carla. You had something?
That's a Unity course, and it will be for credit so that they can start working on their credentialing.
That's right. And so as a beautiful bonus, if you're interested in becoming an LUT like Carla is, you also take that course for credit. So reach out to Carla for any information on that. So the three things was, one, reach out to Geo with whatever offering that you have for the community. Two, we have our World Day of Prayer. And finally, This is a little nudge. If you already have a strong prayer practice or if you're interested in learning more about how to do affirmative prayer, we have a course which is also going to be a part of how we expand our prayer chaplains.
Change your life.
That's right, change your life. Let's take a cleansing breath. This month, September 1st, we honor order. So as you know, every single month this year, we've honored a different power. We've done love, we've done creative activity, and this month we do order. So we're gonna light this candle. We light this candle for order.
Where's the candle?
Order within each other and order within myself. Order is my ability to organize, sequence, balance, and especially adjust. I am cleansed in the manner and the name of order. Chaos has no power over what I am. Divine order is active in my mind, body, and affairs. And I am working all things together for my good. I organize and balance my life according to divine ideas. The spirit of the Christ idea is now here, raising me to the consciousness of divine order. And I realize that law of divine mind is fulfilled in me now. Order is quickened and regenerated now. Let's take a moment, take a cleansing breath. As we breathe, we know that order is the very function of this universe. It is the mathematic precision of our heart rhythm, of the expansion of our lungs, of the air that just finds its way to our cells. It is perfection. We embody order and say thank you. We'll have opening prayer.
Good morning, everybody. And I'm going to ask, because we're making changes, do you want me to do another opening prayer or just?
However you want to flow.
However, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
However, whatever. Boy, I love this guy. He's so wonderful. So, order is my ability to organize, sequence, balance, and adjust. And so let's just close our eyes to get ready for this message, this lesson. And there's this little song that I learned, and if you'll excuse my husky voice from allergies, but it goes like this: I am open. I am open, I am open, fill my cup. Can you do that with me? I am open, I am open, I am open, fill my cup just allow yourself to feel that openness, as if your hands were like this. Fill my cup. Fill my cup with understanding in human kindness. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life: God. There's only spiritual energy in vibration, and therefore I am embodied with that spiritual energy. I wrap myself in emerald green light. And so in your imagination, see that emerald green light just circling you and holding you. The transparency of spirit is present in this very moment, always. Always that we are still and focused on the beating of our hearts, the breath entering our bodies, the sounds and feelings of our senses. And so as you see yourself enwrapped and enraptured with this beautiful green emerald vibration, so that as your heart opens, you can look around and say, this is the day that the I Am has made. Let us all be grateful and glad in it. Let us feel the joy amidst all the clatter and the clutter that our lives sometimes have. And so I just say this, that I would hope you would say with me. I'll say it first. I call forth the power of order and understand its gifts. The power of order and understand its gifts. I am grateful. All right. So, yes, we're going to have a song now. Should I sit back down? Okay. All right. He's a director, so yeah.
Okay. But no. All right, I'm still getting used to things.
I know. No chairs.
All right. You had me in a deep place, and now I gotta play an instrument. Okay, well, I think one of the things that strikes me about order is that a lot of times order we can help our mind order when we proclaim affirmatively what we believe. And this is a song, some of you probably know it, it's a little bit of an older song. It's called I Believe. Oh, got a little buzz. Let me adjust. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come, show them the way. I believe, I believe, I honest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry or touch a leaf or see the sky, I know why I believe. Yes, I know why I believe. Thank you.
This is so much fun to to be doing different things. Just love it. So we've already talked about World Day of Prayer and the new class starting on the 18th. It's going to be awesome. It's going to change your life. I mean it, really. I'm not just saying that as a hyperbole. The power of order, and the autumnal equinox is this month too. So, wow, our founders put order in September because we have this order of when the sun and the earth are in this equilibrium. So, what is first in order? What do you think? What is first in order? The one mind. When we go back to our unity teachings, there is only mind, there is only God. This mind, this beautiful creation, creation process. The one mind in which all ideas of life, love, substance, intelligence, and power originates in the mind. This energy that is throughout all the cosmos, just mind. It's hard to get your mind around it, isn't it? Yeah. It's really the divine idea of adjustment. And so this month, as we're trying out a new order of service and all that, this is the perfect time to do it because we have order at our back, don't we? Or our front. The order is kind of like behind the navel. And so sometimes when you're meditating, you just imagine this green emerald light there, this vibration, so that we may be in alignment with universal harmony at one with, or some call it atonement, right? At one. This dark green color, this is my favorite color, by the way. And it's like all the trees, and if you've ever driven up into the mountains and on Skyline Drive, or the Smokies and everything, and just all these trees and the mountains and the sky. It's enough. I mean, it's enough you don't need any other stimulation, I'll tell you. It's just so beautiful. So this month is about adjusting. It's organization and balance. It's based on our senses a lot, like we are today. We're going to do this, we're going to do that next, and all that. That's order. So this is the mundane, but we're here to talk about spiritual, right? We know the mundane. We know the garage that needs to be cleaned up, don't we, and ordered. I'm looking at you. I don't know why. What about that drawer that we have at home that's called the junk drawer? Does anybody have one? Does anybody have more than one? You know, yeah, okay, yeah. And so we say, oh, well, when I have some time, I'll go through it and, you know, clean it up. And then what about that picture that hangs on the wall? That every time, you know, there's thunder or lightning or something, vibration, it starts going like this. Drives you crazy. You know, I want this picture to be straight. Okay, all of that is about our power of order. Okay, so we create a logical sequence at home when we have a project to do, don't we? Say, okay, I'll do this first, and then I'll do that, and I'll paint the walls, but at first I have to move all the furniture, right? And then get the drop cloths. And so you've got this whole thing, and that's how you order things, just like they did yesterday when they were working for you guys to have a wonderful experience here. So in all of that, they used their power of order. But you know, there can be some people among us, me sometimes, who are obsessive compulsive, you know, and overdeveloped order, and so they need that order. They need that they can't even function without first, second, third, this is what I have to do, this is, you know. This type of situation, people have difficulty organizing and adjusting to change. Adjusting to change, because order is about adjustment. In the grief process that, you know, some of us here are experiencing and all, that is order, isn't it? That is order helping us, that power. When we are having a problem with that, we can invoke the power of order. I need order here. You know, I did something, I did a vacation, and then I came back, and it occurred to me when I came back home that I needed structure. Because with grief, you can sit and stare out the window for a long time, you know, and nothing gets, you know, nothing really changes. It just, you're doing that. And so I made up a list. I made up an order. And then I get into my research about this talk, and it's like, that's exactly what I was doing. I was getting myself in order. And by the way, I feel so much better now, so much better, because I know what I'm going to do when I get up in the morning. I know when I meditate. I know this, I know that. And then order is about adjustment. So I didn't nail that on the wall. I was talking to a friend, and I said, you know, about this. And the friend suggested, he says, I do the same thing, but I put yoga in there. Oh, great. Never thought of that. I can do yoga too after I meditate, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so I changed my little order there. So I adjusted. That is using the power of order, is how we can adjust. Not that everything has to be just so for us. It's how we adjust to change. Does that make sense? Makes sense. You know, a lot of us now are in a process of grief, not just from somebody's passing, but there are so many changes now in our lives, in the world. And somebody pointed out to me that a lot of people are in grief, but they may be in grief because of their government. They may be in grief because of all the politics going on. They may be in grief because things are changing so rapidly, et cetera, et cetera. And it never occurred to me that grief can also be expressed as a loss of any control over what's going on in your life, you know. And so this is something else that we can use the power of order to readjust. And then because order is a spiritual energy, we want to use that for our spiritual growth, don't we? Because that is going to help us to adjust and to allow the changes that occur when we grow spiritually. So some people it's in the lexicon now about being the best version of yourself that you can be, and I hear that a lot. Being the best version of ourselves. And, you know, it has to do with our consciousness. And so Ryan has been talking to us about the levels of consciousness, like victim, victor, vessel, verity. This is verity I'm talking about today. This is verity. When we call upon the power of order to help us with whatever we're trying to adjust to. But I want to be clear about this, because people who've been in unity for a long time sometimes say something that is not necessarily true. And so is not necessarily truth like verity would be. And it is that the power of order is not the same thing that we traditionally call divine order. They're two different. Okay. A lot of times we say, and I just want to say right now, watch your language. Has your mom ever done that, or somebody, you know, when you say something, watch your language if you're, you know, but watch your language, because when something happens that you are really glad of, that you've been wanting, you know, and all that, and you say, guess what, it was just in divine order, and you get all excited about it, you know, and everything. That's because you got what you wanted. It's an egoic thing. We're not talking about divine order that is on that plane of what they call the mundane, the everyday. We're not talking about that. We are talking about invoking divine order to lift you up into a higher plane. It's not about getting things. It's not about the material. So I just want to make that to watch your language. It was in divine order. Traditionally, this is a sense meaning that there is power outside of us ordering everything. That's why it's not understanding order. Okay, it's like the universe gave me this. It's all in divine order. It's like some other power outside of me. So when you say, oh, it was all in divine order, it takes the power away from you. You see, as if it had to come from some other source than what you are. We've heard this in unity also, put feet on your prayers. We have to take part in it. But don't we wish that somebody, something would give us what we want all the time? That would be great. I've been so good, I deserve it, that kind of thing. Consciousness is on its basic level with the material. So this idea that there's a set order in our lives means that all our activities are governed by this outside force, and that is the misunderstanding of divine order. So that's why I wanted to bring this up, so that you can understand how to really use divine order in that veritas level, which will give you so much more power. Okay? Divine order is simply the sequence, an orderly sequence. And I talked to you about before, if you're going to paint, you're going to get the drop cloths, you're going to move the furniture, you're going to do things in sequence. Divine order is a sequence by which everything, did I say everything? Everything comes into existence. And it's mind, idea, expression. And a couple months ago, I brought it up for, I think it was for the power of imagination. M-I-E, I in the middle of me. The I in the middle of me, M-I-E. This is the unity trinity. It is the order in which creation happens. First in mind, then idea, and then in expression. You cannot not use it. You cannot not use it. It's the creative process. It's used every time. Every time, and we're going to be doing this, every time we make an adjustment, it's a creative process. Think of it that way. Every time we make an adjustment, make an allowance for a change, it's the creative process. You've heard that expression, well, we're going to tweak this idea. It's an adjustment. It's the same thing. People are using their power of order. Spiritual meditation, we adjust, don't we? We adjust to it. How long do you usually sit every day? Do you sit every day? That kind of. We can adjust to this new situation and sequence the way we get to our destination. In other words, if the road is closed that you used to get here today, what would you have to do? You'd have to take a detour, you'd have to adjust and go around it and then finally get here. That is the creative process. That is the power of order. I was born and raised near Dayton, Ohio. And I don't know if you guys know this, but that's where the Wright brothers were born and grew up and developed the airplane. Can you imagine the power of order that they were using back in those days? They didn't have the technology we have today to grind a valve or something like that to, 1 millimeter and all that kind of thing. They didn't have the technology, but what they do, they kept trying again and again and again. They went to Kitty Hawk because they had these big sand dunes that they could start from the sand dune and fly. Did it work the first time? No. The second, the third? No. They kept going, though. They kept going. They kept using their creativity to tweak it, to fix it, to make it happen. Another example is probably what you're more familiar with. How many of you have computers that say we're going to update? We're going to update tonight. We're going to update your computer. You know what that means? They didn't get it right to begin with. And so they're fixing it. They're fixing it. They make us tell them this isn't working. And then they go in and fix it. And that's how they make a lot more money than if they spent a lot of time making it work perfectly and to begin with. It's just it's the business model for that. So when you get that little update, you know that they're using the power of order also. But conscious order, the veritas order from the human, from our spiritual world is what we're looking at. Most of the time, our order is feelings, attitudes, and beliefs that we have from the world in our daily life. But when we do the veritas energy, identity, higher self, it's always based on divine laws, ideas, and principles. And this is why we need unity classes. What are these principles? What are these things that can work in our lives? That's the veritas. That's what we're shooting for, adjusting for. Charles Fillmore, I always have to have a quote of his, and I kind of modernized the language and everything. Humans can never exercise their divinity until they know who and what they are, and knowing that, bring forth that knowledge into the external, recognizing it in divine order, which is mind, idea, and expression. That's the order in which creation happens. But we need a little bit of disorder, don't we? We need that to make us grow, to clarify what the original order meant. Sometimes we get it all set out, and then something happens that messes up our little sequence. But that, you can't really tell a lot about a person until they're under stress. Did you know that? Under stress, how do they act? So order has a demand of humanity, especially those who are leaders and teachers, to use order, to use this humility and creativity. The humility is that, well, we tried this and it didn't quite work right, but we're not going to throw it away because we're going to tweak it and try to, by using our creativity, mind, idea, expression, we're going to tweak it to make it work better for us. That's what this is about. And that's what we're going to be going through. So we can call upon divine order. We can ask, I decree divine order is here now. You can do that. Did you know you can decree? You can do it. And it's not, oh, please let me do this. It means saying it like it's here. So when we decree this divine order, we are really asking for a harmonious process. Working with the energy of divine order is disciplining not only the mind and choices, but our actions as well. And we set our priorities. Spirituality comes first. It comes first. Because when we are spiritually fit, we are more available to divine guidance. You get this? It's like when we're fit, when we go to the gym, work out, when we do our exercises, take walks, whatever it is we do, we are physically being more physically fit, but we have to also do that spiritually to being fit and available for divine guidance. We're open. I am open, I am open, I am open. Fill my cup with order or whatever you want in there. Divine order, when invoked in faith, will order the circumstances of your life in the most astounding ways. Divine order, have somebody ever said, a perfect stranger said something to you that you were just like, I needed that. I needed to hear that. Okay. That's exactly what is happening, is that you are open. You are being spiritual, you are spiritually fit, and you are open to what somebody else might tell you. The person that comes to fix your washing machine, whatever, yeah. The door will open, a solution will be found, and just allow it to bubble up. Bubble up. A little quote here. I think this is from Richard Rohr. By the way, he started his meditations last week on order. Isn't that amazing, the synchronicity? In the fields of life and in which we walk, we can make an equally significant contribution through our allegiance to the highest and the best in ourselves. So I pay allegiance to the highest and the best in myself. Yes. And always let light open the way. ALLOW. You can always let light open the way. And so you can start that as your mantra. Always let light open the way. And so let's take these ideas inside and let them grow within this. And so I'm just inviting you to lean back in your chair. Take a breath. Do you want to do a song now, or do you want to do it? Okay, all right. Breathe. Allow. Relax. Calm. And may the words that I speak be those of your own heart. As I say, my relationship with the divine that lives within me deepens my joy and my life prospers. My relationship with the divine in me deepens my joy and my life prospers. It grows, accumulating all of this beautiful spiritual energy. As I take steps to be spiritually fit, new talents are revealed, new inspirations come, and I am empowered to move forward in my life. I can adjust and reorder as needed. I start my day with prayer, invoking divine order to order my day. I decree that divine order orders my day. I think of something in my life that I need to put order into. As I breathe, something in my life that I need to put order into. I surround it with this beautiful green emerald light. I give thanks that divine order is quickened in me and revealing all that needs to be revealed. Whenever I need to reorder or adjust, I invoke this emerald green color to vibrate around me and the situation. I am open and receptive to divine order. I allow its harmonious growth and progress to take place in my life. And I know that I am in the right place at the right time for something absolutely wonderful. And so I offer this up in veritas. I am by all God's love. I know I am, and it is so. And so I let it be. Amen.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray.
as Spencer Rhodes continues to pray and play, let's open our hearts and to extend our hearts through our hands, through our feet, through our chest, to the top of our head. We're going to allow that heart to be extended through our entire body. At this time, let's send love to whatever area in your life needs this energy. If it's healing your body temple, if it's a resurgence of finances, if it's reconnection with lost family or estranged family members, whatever area of our life, if it's grief, we extend this feeling of love, which is God, to it. And we say yes. And thank you. Call forward in your heart and your mind someone who needs and could receive this love now. Is it a son? Is it a sister? Is it a neighbor? Extend your heart to them, and we see them whole. Our family and community who are streaming, we see you whole. As we are in this space, you are whole, because there is only wholeness. And we say yes. 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 So at Unity, we often talk about metaphysics. And metaphysics is simply beyond the physical. And so we have laws, right? The sun is out, you might get hot, right? That's a law of nature. That's a physical law. And we also have metaphysical laws, which are beyond the physical. And one of those laws that we practice here is the law of circulation, which means if we say to the universe, I have more than enough, the universe says, you have more than enough, and will continue to give us, so we have more than enough. I'm talking about prosperity consciousness. And so in this moment, we are all going to participate in this law of circulation. And I'm calling on every last one of us in this space, whatever we can give, if it's a penny, a dollar, whatever it is, all of us collectively as a community, we are activating the law of circulation. Is that okay? There are things that our community could use, a fresh coat of paint, new flooring, and the list goes on. We can make this happen. And together we are going to higher our vibration to that oneness. And so if we could have the ushers come forward, and let's practice.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
If we are able, let's come to standing. If you're able.
I see skies of blue.
This is the universal symbol of acceptance.
Clouds of white, the bright, blessed
We're going to say yes to all of Penta Rose's
the
songs.
dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
At this moment, we give gratitude for all the gifts, physical, spiritual, financial, time gifts, as we see our community flourish as it walks in the room.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, right, Miss Gwen? I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
And so it is. When we came out, she heard you and she said, Dada! Yeah. Well, today we were talking, since it's September 1st, about our new power for this month, which is, remember what the power is? Oh, no. Order, that's right. The power is order. And I brought some things and asked them what these are. And Charlie right away said, tools. I said, well, what do they all have in common? They all have a handle. And we found out that God gives us 12 tools to manage our lives in an orderly manner.
Thank you, Miss Gwen. So we have a new affirmation for the children. So let's rub our hands together. And we're going to, as always, extend our hearts through our hands and say, children, you are perfect just the way you are.
You are perfect just the way you are.
The divine, beautiful, magnificent, out-picturing of source.
Out-picturing of source.
You may have all that you desire. Because you and God are one. All right, let's circle up.
All right. Everybody join and make a circle. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Okay, y'all, we're going to do the prayer for protection, but we're going to always add the little affirmative statement after each one. We'll do it together. Miss Gwen, I always look at you. I've been here for 3 years now. I always look at Miss Gwen. Start us off.
God surrounds us.
We are light.
Love of God enfolds us.
We are love.
Power of God protects us.
We are power.
Presence of God watches over us.
We are
presence.
presence. We sure are.
We are, God is, and all is well.
There it is.